Hello and welcome to another Bad Comic Review. This time we're looking at Stellar Issue 1 from Image Comics. This was created by Robert Kirkman and Mark Silvestri, but neither of them worked on the book. Written by Joseph Keatinge, art by Brett Blevins, letterer was Russ Wooten, associate editor Ariel Basich, editor Sean Makowitz. Now we start off with this lady who's called Stellar, and she's leading around this giant insect guy who she's trying to collect a bounty on. And we see that this planet's been torn by war, a really awful, nasty one. She can't get the bounty. She roughs up the guy a little bit and then drags him to a place called Sanctuary that she may or may not have had something to do with destroying a little bit when she crash landed there some time ago. The time frame is really unclear. She asks how long she's been gone, and they say that they're not real sure. This machine they have called the Almanac can't really distinguish between 16 months or 9 weeks because time and space have grown strange since the war. I'm quoting there. Well, she's trying to give this bounty over as a sort of slave labor to this sanctuary town, and she ends up talking to him, and we learn that there were 3 other people like her that showed up at this monastery, and now they're back, and we're left with a cliffhanger ending. The story didn't make a whole lot of sense because it's just part 1, and they're clearly aiming toward the graphic novel. The art itself is okay. It reminds me of old 80s heavy metal indie kind of work. If you ever read heavy metal back in the 80s, the art is very similar to this. It's kind of what I would call trash European. It's not the greatest, but it's not bad, and you can clearly see a Euro influence there, but it's fine. It's functional. Did I think it was worth $4? No, I would have just waited for the trade. The story so far makes 0 sense. We are given almost nothing to work with. Her name isn't even Stellar. It's just the tag written on her uniform. She's some sort of super soldier type thing, and that's probably her code name. So I wasn't super impressed with the story so far. It's got potential. I've read worse, but it's a little boring when you don't really know what's going on or why you should care about any of these characters. Honestly, the guy that was her bounty was more interesting through dialogue than she was. So would I recommend this? No. If it looks interesting to you, just wait for the trade. It'll be a more complete story and make way more sense than issue 1 here will. So I would recommend against the floppy of it and instead say wait for the trade paperback. Otherwise, I'm probably not going to pick up another issue. I don't feel like being dragged along until it gets around to making sense at $4 each. I might check out the trade later, but until then, no. But that'll do it for me. As always, thank you so much for listening and supporting the channel. Be sure and hit like and consider subscribing so you don't miss any future episodes, and we hope to see you on the next one.